All right, this is actually Hey Guys preparing here, joined by Chalky, who's been here most of the day, and Domdus.
Nice to be here.
You'll be playing Kit Kats soon enough.
I will be actually in Group B, so later at like 6.
Yeah. Until that, we'll have to see who is going to be the second seed of Group A. As we mentioned, we will see Trump and Kabi, and the winner of that will face the loser of the previous match, which was Koyuki. How's this shaping up? You pretty happy with the results? Pretty expected stuff? What do you think, Chucky?
I mean, I think it was pretty unexpected. I don't see how you can really expect, someone you don't know too much about to come in and sweep the group, but Demigod did it. And
His name's Demigod.
it was pretty convincing, yeah.
Can't beat him.
All right. We'll see. We'll see Sunday, I suppose. That's when he plays next.
Oh, man, look at that Trump focus.
Yeah, Trump in a hole now. Has to get out.
Yeah, the player who loses this one is out. This is the first option to be double eliminated of the tournament.
Yep.
So someone is leaving today. I have to say, though, that I think Trump and Kabi are both playing fairly traditional lineups from what I remember from earlier.
Well, Kabi brought the Mech Shaman, which was a little bit not quite as traditional.
But then that's, with the Grim Patron Warrior and the Hunter.
That's
or
true.
no, it's with Control Warrior. And
Yeah. And
okay.
Trump doesn't have a warrior, so that's not traditional.
That's true. That's true. Okay. Okay. A little bit less than
Yeah,
traditional.
values Paladin and Handlock over them, which he's played a lot on his stream to pretty good success in High Legend.
Yeah, I was just having a brief chat with him. People were asking why he didn't play Grim Patron Warrior. He said, he practiced a little bit, but his win rate on ladder wasn't that great.
Yeah.
And Conquest format is very similar to ladder in many cases.
Yep.
Yeah. But we'll see. So far, Warrior has been one of the better classes. It certainly hasn't struggled to beat another deck. Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, Koyuki struggled a little bit in the last match.
Oh, yeah, I missed a little bit of that. Yeah.
But Warrior definitely a really strong class.
No opening with Warrior, though. It's
No
going
Warriors
to be
in this match.
Hunter versus Paladin.
So, slow Hunter from Kabi. And
And Firebat earlier mentioned that this matchup does seem to favor the Paladin.
Yeah.
Not heavily, but somewhat.
The old, fast Hunters with, Explosive Trap and 2 Unleashes, a lot of Hunters are cutting down to 1 now. You just don't have as efficient answers to all of the Paladin stuff, like Muster for Battle now. Freezing Trap really weak to Muster for Battle.
Yeah.
And High Main's really weak to Silences and Aldors.
Yeah, Aldors. Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, you used to think that the Face Hunter that a lot of people used to run was really good against mid-range Paladin, but now with this hybrid, kind of heavier, using Freezing Traps, definitely think Paladin has a nice little edge.
Yeah, those Freezing Traps are absolutely terrible in the back-and-forth situations, which often result in the mid-game.
Yep. And Trump, of course, going to keep Muster for Battle. One of the best cards here. Even when it gets punished, it's not really a punish, it's more of a 1-for-1, and you get to keep a weapon.
Yeah. Funny thing is, that weapon in Arena these days is considered one of the better Paladin cards. Because people keep going with more earlier garbage. Yeah.
Just Light's Justice
Just Light's Justice is good enough. Isn't that crazy?
That's a good tip for me to know. I've never really drafted it anytime recently. That's maybe why I do terribly in Arena.
Ooh. Juggler into Muster is pretty good too.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, it's just the weapon just picks up value by itself.
Yeah, it's
definitely
it's really
going
good.
into what you were talking about. When you get punished with your dude, you still keep the weapon.
Yep.
The weapon's like a card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just pay 2 mana for 3 dudes, and
Exactly.
usually those dudes require an answer. And I think for Kabi, he's going to want to wait and coin out Juggler Unleash. That's one of the better responses.
I don't even think Trump is the first player to bring Kings to Paladin. I thought we saw it earlier from someone else, didn't we?
No, I think it was Trump.
You think it was Trump?
Yeah, I think I saw a list with Blessing of Kings online, and I know Trump very open to trying out lists from online and taking what he likes, sticking with it. What he doesn't like gets cut. I know he tests a lot on ladder, and Blessing of Kings, one of those cards that worked pretty well for him, I guess.
I mean, every time I've seen it in this tournament, it's worked out pretty well for
Yeah,
him.
it's really not something you play around right now. It's not that common.
Yeah. Well, that one though, that's
This combo right here.
you can't even play around this one.
So
Turn 4 Juggler Unleash.
he hit all the juggles.
All of them?
Wow.
Yeah. Kabi even checked with the dog.
Yeah.
optimizing his time.
You think Trump is happy or sad? I mean, on one you get to see the value.
Well, there's no consecration.
Yeah,
We're talking about how he had a pretty good start, but
it's gone.
yeah, it's all gone. He does get to slowly pick off the hounds.
You think it's worth it with the hounds? Probably.
Yep. This turn from Kabi's not the greatest, but Shredder's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Or you can.
He is thinking about it, yeah.
No, I think the play might be the juggler into the 1/1, and then you play the shredder.
I
Yeah.
think so.
I'm gonna juggle first,
Unless
though.
you can.
No, doesn't matter.
Hit the face. It's unfortunate. Yeah, I might have put the 1/2 into the 1/1. You know, you kind of know he doesn't have consecration,
Yeah.
so maximizing the 1/1s challenges all of the paladin tokens for the rest of the game.
Well, with this play, you have to deal with the shredder and the knife juggler, so it's good as well.
Yeah. You can't just, you know, smack the knife juggler with your weapon. He gets full heal bot value.
Yeah.
Trump approves.
Yeah, it's really bad tempo play.
And he doesn't have Alder.
high
Yeah.
Okay.
Things about to start getting rough.
Yep.
I think the outcome of this shredder is fairly significant. If the heal bot can trade for it and stay alive, it's a really
Yeah.
big deal.
Definitely.
I think the odds are in Trump's favor here. Ooh, yep, that's fine. And he gets to probably pop down Boom.
You play much Paladin, Domdus?
I played Paladin during my Legendary Series week, actually.
Okay.
It's what I lost to Raynad twice with, though.
Okay.
Because Grim Patron just wrecked me.
You've lost the faith in the light?
A little bit, a little bit.
A little bit. Okay.
I was very intrigued, though, by the variation that Demigod brought. That kind of heal it in, you know, Seal of Light. All that was really interesting.
How do you feel the heals kind of play into the decks these days? Like Guardian of King is such a good card, but like it's too slow these days.
Right.
And so people had to play anti-Keelbot, which is pretty sad. But then like these days, I feel like anti-Keelbot's not even fast enough.
Right, yeah. I guess with the kind of style that he was playing, he just played... I guess if you have so much heal that you can sustain like earlier with earlier heals, like Seal of Light, that maybe it'll be enough to get you to that point where you can use Guardian of Kings. But...
Yeah. Speaking of heals,
yeah.
Trump's going to need more. Because that's
Yeah.
13 points of burn in the Hunter hand.
Yeah.
Plus 2 hero powers, and that's enough.
Yep.
So Paladin's weakness kind of showing again is they're not putting on much pressure.
Right.
They're clearing, you know, they're putting up taunts and stuff, but at the end of the day, the Hunter can just ping you down.
Yeah, I think a lot of
this
it...
basically over. Yes, Trump is the top deck.
Yeah,
He's top deck a heal next turn.
I think Kabi can set up a 2-turn lethal.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely,
So-
with that hand, yeah. I think a lot of the Paladin comes down to having the Muster Quartermaster combo, and if you get that
Yeah.
off, then you're in good shape, but if you don't, it's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really helps their pressure out.
Well, we had the musters, it's just there wasn't much backup while the Hunter had very good mid-game cards.
So, yeah, Quartermaster here would be 14 damage. So it'd have to be Quartermaster plus something else, which Paladin doesn't have much something else.
It does sick Boombot RNG.
True that.
I don't even know if Kabi's going to give him something to Boombot off. I guess he might owl this turn, but he would be owling the Boombot. So,
I like that.
yeah, so then there's no Boombot
Yeah.
RNG to be had.
Yeah, you're right.
He can take him to, what, 9? But then he only has 8 from hand. Or you can take him to 6, but then he only has 5 from hand. Ooh.
It's true.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky.
Yeah, he's like 1 mana off anything that really gets him there. And he is, you know, Trump has a lot of damage on board. Kabi doing the math. Finding out the unfortunate truth.
I like this because Quick Shot can probably draw you a card next turn.
Yeah, if you just dump the kill commands, you'll almost certainly get a draw with quick shot.
I think that's the play. I think it's just
Yeah, you don't
double
have
kill command
your
phase.
hand is so
Yep.
inconvenient that you can't really get hero power value because then you can't dump all of your spells.
Right.
So he still has to draw something though.
Yeah.
And if Trump draws a heal,
Well, taunt stops quite a decent amount as well.
yeah, I think Kabi's running the slow deck, the really slow deck with no chargers.
But
Unleash
he's always
would
going to
be-
have like Kabi or Unleash would have been lethal
Yeah.
too as well.
Um, Well, last turn it wouldn't have been.
Now would be.
This tournament
Now it would be, yeah. I'm
so
saying,
the
like,
Tyrion shuts out a few options. This is what I'm saying.
yeah, just a couple, and shuts
Huffer.
down Huffer.
Nope.
Leak not too good anyway. So Unleash isn't out,
Ooh.
and
That's
wow,
tough.
Is
Trump
that-
wins at
Wow.
1 health.
Yep.
What?
Yep. He's got the damage.
Just gonna concede.
Wow. Well,
Ouch.
you guys are saying the Hunter's going to take it, but not quite. Not
Yeah, I
quite.
didn't quite do the math. Once I did the math, and I was like, he's 1 off. You know, like,
But
ouch.
I still think Kabi had the best course of action there. I can't really blame
Yeah.
him for that.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
he played it
he
perfectly.
Yeah.
Did what he could. Drawing 2 kill commands, you know, as much as people joke about it being so great, it's like if you're 1 off, damage is basically nothing.
I'm kind of glad Trump took that. Not because he's on my team or anything, but because yeah, I don't like hunters.
You want to see more Hunter? That's what you're saying.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
it's
we're-
Conquest. Damn.
Ah,
It's a lose-lose.
I'm okay with seeing more Hunter.
Yeah.
I'm done with that Paladin deck. Now that's out of here. Yeah,
You don't like Paladin?
Paladin's okay.
I
It's
think
very vanilla.
It is. It is. It's a very traditional type of deck where you play for like.
It almost seemed like he was just doing what he could, and it was like the Hunter was the main focus. It's like, can he draw the damage? But
It's true. The Hunter did have, I guess, more decisions in that matchup.
yeah,
But that's kind of how the game has trended these days. You know, you have more decisions if you are pressing
Yeah.
for tempo and less if you're behind.
yep.
So that's just naturally going to happen, I suppose. But I kind of miss some of the older days where both players had mid-range decks and had decisions throughout the game.
Yeah, sometimes that happens.
Sometimes.
It'll probably happen this tournament.
I think
yeah.
so. I think it's going to happen maybe one of these matches.
Oh,
Not in this
but
one,
this
though.
match-
Not this one. Not this one.
Hunter versus Hunter. Now, we were talking about earlier how there's maybe some strategy going on into you know, which classes you pick. And again, we do see this trend happening again and again. If a player loses with the deck, they stick with that class. So,
And
you
in
think
that case, Trump picked what he thought would be best, because handlock against Hunter is not too good.
it's pretty slow Hunter, though.
That's true, actually.
That makes it even worse.
Does it?
Yeah, especially with that Hunter's Mark that he saw last game.
Oh, yeah, the Hunter's Market.
Yeah, he saw a Hunter's Mark and an Owl.
Mm-hmm.
But generally against handlock, stuff like Savannah High Main puts them in board situations where it's like you can't really clear. You can't really heal, because then you can't play Moltons and press for damage. You can't do nothing, or else you just die.
Yeah.
It just puts
No,
him in an
you're right,
unwinnable
you're right.
spot. Whereas the aggro hunter actually can lose to, you know, Molten and
Just
Healbot.
the Molten Wall.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had some of those games. As
Yeah,
Warlock, of
happens
course, not the
occasionally.
Hunter. It's fun. You think?
It wasn't fun from my point of view.
Oh,
but
it's totally. You think it's that much of a win condition where, like, if you're playing Warlock against Hunter, you actually keep a Molten in the opener?
Oh, yeah. Against the face hunter, you definitely do.
What if you don't know what it is?
I think you still keep
You still
it.
keep it. You still
Definitely.
Yeah. Especially on ladder. Because
Oh, yeah.
on ladder, a lot more players are willing to go for very aggressive lines. Like,
Yeah.
hope they don't have Molten.
So it's, like, most people are just trying to clock
Yeah,
in,
you're
like,
just trying to
number
get in
games.
as much games as
Exactly.
you can. And so
Yeah.
you just punish them with the Moltens.
All right. Where I believe Kabi has locked in his hand, and it's a great one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great start.
They're both running the really slower hunter. I think Trump might have chargers in his deck, if I remember correctly. Maybe.
not sure.
We definitely know Kabi is running the slowest version possible,
Right.
which is
No time.
yeah. And Trump, we also see a Houndmaster, so that tends to suggest a slower version. Mad Scientist is really important in this matchup.
Well, if he does play the Mad Scientist, and the Juggler comes out, and the juggles from the spawned 1/1s, clears the board,
Yeah,
That's kind of like a game over, isn't
that's the play I'd actually like to see.
Yeah, that would be disgusting.
Because if it kills the Mad Scientist, doesn't even have to kill the Web Spinner.
it? Yeah.
Then you can proc the freezing with a 1/1.
Yeah.
And if he's been paying attention, which I'm sure he has,
Yeah, Trump
he
liked to do
knows
that.
the traps in Kabi's stack. And so you can pretty much
Not only
surely-
that, you can shoot the other freeze trap.
Yeah. So I'd really like to see him. Yep.
Let's go.
Great play.
Oh.
But will he get rewarded for it? No.
No.
However, I mean, the freezing trap's probably still going to hit a 1/1. And King Mukla's pretty good off of Web Spinner. I think he'd probably play it. Like,
Yeah, I
now,
think so.
now or never.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Your opponent can't kill command to punish you, and you're going to have a freezing trap up. So they could, like, banana, quick shot, and trade, and you're really happy with that. He's going to get initiative off of this.
Well, it's not kill command that you're hoping he doesn't have. It's Hunter's Mark, right?
Right, Hunter's Mark would be the worst,
Yeah.
and he doesn't have it. So,
So it's
banana quick shot?
Is that the play?
Well, you check the trap, and as long as it's not snake, you're happy.
Yeah.
If it's explosive, that's fine too. And it is freezing. And Mukla off of Web Spinner gonna put Kabi really far ahead. Basically just gets initiative from here on out.
But he is kind of running a bit low on cards, while Trump does have a decent amount of answers and quality cards.
Yeah, but two of Trump's cards are both bows, which are just dead. The Houndmaster is dead right now. And initiative is worth more than an extra card in this matchup.
That's true. And he also has the mana disadvantage.
Yep.
Oh, one card off.
One card off.
That's brutal.
That would have been a really big deal.
Not even really that much. I guess he could have bananaed some more and made like a 3/3 spider as his minion. He didn't have a 3-mana minion though, was the issue. And so with the initiative, Kabi now has just dominant board position.
Yeah.
He's got the high main for next turn too.
Yeah, normally high main not a huge deal in this matchup, but when you have a Houndmaster behind it,
Yep.
and
Your opponent's playing a 3-mana 1/1.
yeah, you've got all the time in the world now. You might even like bow off the 1/1. You kind of figure he probably doesn't have Unleash. A lot of people have cut down to 1 in the slower version, and that's the only thing that really punishes you here.
Oh!
There it is.
Speaking of.
Still not that great,
Yeah, it's,
but you have to do it.
I think it's alright. I think you do the Unleash. But can you take care of the hyenas? No.
Nope. You can bow one off, and you can kill one with the Scientist, and then freezing
Oh, that's
trap
good. Yeah, exactly.
the-
There you go. There you go. Yeah,
Yep.
you have to bow one.
But your opponent, again, talking about initiative.
Oh, no. Wait, what?
Yeah, this is fine. He's proccing the freezing.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, but I
Um,
wouldn't kill the 4/1.
Yeah, he's not going
no.
to.
Yeah, he is.
Oh.
You
Wow.
want to freeze the high main.
Oh, he's going to try and go for the freeze on the high main, which is... He's just not going to attack with the high main now.
Yeah.
He might even just Houndmaster and leave it.
Yeah. Actually, wait, that's great. Because if he does do the Houndmaster, then Hunter's Mark is really good.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be really, really good.
Yeah, I think you play the minions, not the bow.
Yeah, I think.
You can't really set up 2-turn lethal with the bow. It just doesn't really work. But, yeah, you just pass. And here comes Hunter's Mark value.
Mhm. Yeah, he also has a charging dog play.
For 3 mana.
It's better than the last 3-mana play,
Yeah,
though.
True.
He got the better freezing trap.
Yeah. The last 3-mana 1/1 didn't have charge.
Wasn't a beast either.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
that's
of
that
course.
synergy.
But he still played it. That was his best play. That's way worse than a Wisp.
Yeah. It's as good as a Wisp, actually, because he had nothing else he could play.
Yeah. Wow.
No, he could have hero powered, I think.
He won one over here, power.
Yeah.
So kills it off, and it's kind of like, now what?
Now you Houndmaster the 1/1 charge, kill another dude, use your bow on like hyena or something.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Actually,
definitely
no.
use your bow.
No, I think use your bow on 4/3. You don't really want to bounce that. You're playing kind of a
It's
value.
6 mana, though. It's either a 4-mana 2/2 or a 6-mana Houndmaster. I guess this is sort of a value game. Oh, wow. Barely dodges that. So is that both players with the Harrison Jones?
I believe it
In
is.
their Hunter deck?
That's true, yeah.
Wow.
Lots of meta reads being consistent across the board.
That's good. I mean, I think this is all just very very good decision making.
Now, there have been a lot of weapons.
Yeah.
The two classes we keep talking about have weapons.
Even the third filler class tends to be a weapon class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weapons are good cards.
Yeah. You think it's ever going to come to the phase where like ooze is a thing again?
We did see some oozes in WCA. Amaz and Zalay both had ooze.
And Handlock.
Didn't do much, but they had them.
Handlock is a decent one for them because you want like mana efficient effects.
Right, exactly.
And
You don't need the card draw.
You don't need a 5/4.
Yeah, exactly.
Hymen's actually really important here. He can take Trump, I believe, if the perspectives are right. No, he can take Kabi to 4, but he doesn't have damage. And then you're staring back 6. You know he has a Houndmaster.
Yeah.
So going back to your turn where you talked about bouncing the Houndmaster over the 2/2,
Yeah.
the Houndmaster is way better here.
Yeah.
He knows he's going to get Houndmastered. But what can you do about it?
I
You
think
go face.
Still go face, yep.
Yep. Trump's going to think about it, of course, but I don't see any way you're
Yeah.
trading. You'd lose. He can't Harrison Jones and Houndmaster, though.
That's something at least.
So he goes to 4. Trump's going to need to draw Quick Shot, Kill Command,
Yep.
Owl, something. I think that's got to go. That definitely has to go face. Silence the Juggler. Wait,
Yeah, please still.
he's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any way he could have lived?
I'm trying to figure that out. I can't see anything yet.
No. No way.
Yeah, there's
There's
way.
no way he can trade efficiently enough.
Yep.
The damage is like perfectly spaced. So Kabi kind of throws his hands in the air.
There's nothing he can
goes
do.
down 2-0.
Oh man.
Not happy.
TSM dominance.
He has lost 5 games in a row.
Has he?
Yeah, he was up 2-0.
Oh, it's true.
Oh,
That is not
is-
a good spot to be in a tournament.
Yeah.
it's a rough feeling, definitely.
Really bad.
Really bad indeed.
You
Yeah,
can even tell.
Yeah, you can see it in his body language. It's pretty disappointed.
And this was a guy that dominated his week.
Yeah, I think
14-4 in games.
I think he 3-0'd every match in the second day, right?
Yeah. So not used to this feeling.
But it's also that like his last deck is the shaman,
That too,
which
right.
is not very consistent.
And I'm sure he feels like no confidence in
Yeah.
it after getting 0-3
Like-
in the last set.
His odds of winning in his mind are not high.
Whoa. Predictions.
It's not a good place to be.
Not a good place to be at all. So Trump is on his last deck. His last deck is the Handlock. I guess he just picked the Hunter.
Yeah, I would say so.
Now, Kabi had Control Warrior, so in theory he has 3 favorable matchups, sort of, if depending on how the Handlock's built.
You think Control Warrior beats Handlock these days?
It really depends on the lists. So tech choices and stuff will matter. I think his Hunter's favored, and in theory Mech Shaman should be.
Oh, there's Hunter again.
Yeah, he's going to start out with the Hunter.
If you can't win a game twice, then try a third time.
Third time's the charm.
So we have seen both dominant decks struggle in certain matches.
Yeah, that's true. They have been pretty marginal though. Like the Hunter lost to
Yeah.
another Hunter.
Right.
It lost to 1 HP to like a Paladin.
Right,
tank,
the Patron was like a misplay, right?
Yeah.
So at least that's something for him to have confidence in, is that he came really close. So
Yeah.
It wouldn't blow
Yeah.
out.
Definitely still has a chance. Never want to just give up because you're down 0-2.
I feel the Hunter, even though it's like the slow greedy one, which you said is like worse for the handlock.
I think what the Hunter's market is, but
I still think it's like pretty damn good against handlock.
yeah, no, I said it's good against handlock. Better.
Yeah. But I think it's even like great to start.
Yeah, of course. Hunter's
Yeah.
just naturally good against handlock and warlock in general.
Oh, zombie
Especially.
chow.
Oh man,
That's maybe not.
zombie chow is good.
I know a lot of handlock decks are running like 1 of, but some are actually running 2 of from what I've seen.
Yeah, Trump ran 2 of in a recent tournament, and he was running Earthen Ring and Siphon Soul with heal bots.
Wow.
So very anti-aggro. I know he played Jiraxis as well, which is incredibly good against Hunter.
Has Dragon handlock taken off yet? Alistraza and Jiraxis?
I've seen a Malagos Warlock deck
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that is-
we've all seen that, I believe.
taken off, but
Like yours?
we haven't seen it really in tournaments too much yet.
I think we saw it in 1 week of the Legendary Series. Actually, Lead Paint.
Yeah,
one of the
Lead
players
Paint
here
qualified
got-
with it.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we'll see more of that.
Yeah, it was
today.
really fun. Liked it.
I know a lot of players think it's pretty strong, but we have yet to see it really show up in a live event yet.
What is this like a waiting game right now?
Yeah.
I guess nobody wants to mulligan first. They want to see how many
Right.
their opponent
Cards
mulligans.
like Knife
That's
Juggler.
pretty lame.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to take every edge you can get.
So Trump kept 2 cards. Kabi kept 1, 2.
I think
Yeah,
kept
2.
1 or 2. Yeah,
He kept the Juggler and
Right.
the Scientist, I believe.
This sucks so much.
This sucks really bad.
Yeah.
You can coin a knife juggler.
That's what
you're
just
doing,
trade for
yeah.
the zombie chow.
Yep. Gotta get rid of it.
Yeah. The coin is such a big deal, though, I feel, with Hunter. It lets you have such a bigger range of possibilities with the coin.
definitely.
Yeah. But when you're up against a turn 1 zombie chow, you'd probably rather go first.
I feel like this. We've seen so many double kill command hands.
We really have.
It's, ugh.
Yeah. It's in theory good, but you need the minions to get you to the point where they're around 10.
Right.
Or the Warlock taps enough.
That's true.
Well,
He's tapped quite a few, like 2 turns back to back now.
yeah, Kabi definitely sensing maybe I can just kill him. But his deck, like we've talked about, is not made to do that.
Right.
It's a slow hunter.
I mean, we look at his hand, it seems to be able to do that.
Yeah, from
It can, but the Warlock deck has a lot of healing.
I don't know, I feel like decks that are kind of in the middle ground, like not control but not aggro, you can often like make decisive like gameplay switches
Right.
in order to win the game. And I feel like this is a just very good opportunity to do that.
definitely with that quick shot draw. Definitely.
I feel like he almost wants to save the web spinner for the kill commands.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
what he's going to do.
Yep.
What about
Smart.
quick shot though?
Well,
Like, do you really care about 1 Molten there? Molten with nothing?
he definitely can't taunt
That's
the
that's
Molten.
another push for damage.
It's just it'd just be an 8/8.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think the quick shot there was fine.
The quick shot might have been okay there. Yeah, definitely considerations.
So for Trump here, is he gonna taunt up with Watchers, or just lay a giant?
Yeah,
like the
I
giant.
think you
I
just
like
go
the
for the
giant.
giant. Hit him in the face. Juggler Unleash. Gets him some damage, but
I'm in.
it passes up on the hero power as well. You could, if you wanted max damage, you unleash hero power.
I just feel, okay, unleash your power.
I wonder.
Unleash
unle-
quick
I-
shots actually max damage.
I like
Oh,
unleash
yeah.
hero power, actually.
I do like Unleash Hero Power as well.
Yeah.
That damage is just not going through later on.
I know there's kind of 2 mindsets when you've been getting beaten a lot. There's surely they can't have it a 6th time in a row.
Okay.
And there's my opponents have had it every time. Like, I can't go for risky plays.
I know that one.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking the first mindset, you just go all face and say they don't have Moltens, which he doesn't.
He also doesn't have board clear.
Or
He actually has nothing. Trump is nothing.
Yes,
yeah, surely they can't have it 6 times in a row.
Yeah.
You'd be correct. But
Yeah.
Kabi thinking a lot. That's another thing you do. And
He's going for it. He's going all. Spades. Oh,
Quick shot.
big shot. Okay.
That takes him to 7, and he does have 7 next turn.
Yep.
Yep.
So he finds a play that sets up lethal. Set up lethal. He could have unleashed rather than hero power there, but okay. I mean, I think
Right.
Trump loses,
Right. I think that's game.
Because there's no way you tap for a Farseer here. That's crazy.
Right.
Incoming tap for Farseer.
No world
he
do you
makes
tap
the
for
read.
Farseer here. Trump's cheating if he does that.
What if
There's
he's just
nothing
really
to coil.
good?
What if Trump's just insanely good?
Yeah.
He must think that, you know, if he's going to put me down this
I
low
don't think
and
that's a
risk
good
the
play,
moments,
though, is it?
I don't know.
That's not a good play
It's the only play he'll live. But
in this
Yeah.
exact
Right.
circumstance. Yeah. So saving that web spinner turns out to be a really good read. He's going to win 1 turn before he would have died. Pretty perfectly played with the hand given to him.
Yeah.
Only needed 1 kill command.
I think
For Kabi,
I
they
think
didn't
Kabi
have
could
it.
have made the switch 1 turn earlier though. Like we were talking about the quick shot the turn before.
Right.
If he did
Yeah.
that, he could have pushed for more damage.
Yep.
definitely.
And played around like Farseer, or he could have siphon sold that last turn. Healbot.
Like it just so happened that he won with it, but he
Yeah.
could have also been like 1 damage short,
Right.
and then playing a bit more aggressively would have been the difference.
Right.
But it was good enough.
It was. So,
Yeah.
back
Well,
in it.
Back in it, and it's just a huge, it's like, psychological swing.
Oh,
You
yeah.
Yeah.
just finally get a win.
Right. Getting on that board, he must feel
No
great.
heals.
Yeah,
They
no
had
heals.
no heals. You're
Yeah,
just
no
like,
answer.
"Yes!"
Finally. Yeah. So maybe we'll see a different Kabi here going into the next match. Trump will of course have to stick with his Warlock deck, being Conquest
Yep.
format, being his last deck. Handlock is traditionally pretty good against most decks, but not so dominant against the field as it once was. So
Yeah.
this could go in any way.
Yeah.
I am really interested to see this next matchup. Like you were saying, the Warrior versus Handlock can kind of go either way based on their deck list.
I don't like being the Warrior generally. I feel like the Warrior is less control about what's going on.
Right, it's very reactive, I feel, if you have the removal, but it's the handlock playing all the threats and then you
Yeah.
usually having to remove it as the warrior.
I know there's been some metas where Warriors have just been fed up with Handlock. You put in 2 big games, and if you draw well, you can't lose.
Right.
You just answer all of their threats.
And
you
no creatures
constantly are
left.
threatening lethal
Yeah.
with Gromish, and Harrison's there for Jiraxis. Like, there's nothing sometimes that the
Yeah.
Handlock can do. But I
Is
don't
that-
think
is
that's
that
a
this
read you
time?
make right now. Yeah, I think
Yeah, I
it's
don't
a
know.
single BGH, a single Brawl,
Definitely.
and, just the usual stuff. So, like you said, I think I might rather be the Handlock here, and that's good for Trump. So,
I think it decisively would be the Handlock.
Yeah,
I'd-
same.
I'd say it's the Handlock's at least 60% here, and I think that's like a really good matchup.
at least 60.
I don't know.
Ooh.
Maybe say 55.
Well,
or-
there's a big game
55.
hunter,
That's a great.
and a cruel task.
I think I would,
Yeah, keep the acolyte.
yeah. I think I'd keep 3 and just throw back the Chroma.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
I'd keep
cruel
3.
task really helps if you draw into the execute.
Right.
And Acolyte's just annoying enough where the Warlock suddenly has to, instead
it's like,
of
do
play
I
something
Dark
really
Bomb?
big on 4 or 5,
Yeah.
they have to like deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, I think the key is just going to be how Kabi has teched his Warrior deck, and if he expected to run into Handlock.
And look at this hand is.
And that's a good hand.
That's a good hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
You
a-
still need some help though. Like, even if you have all the answers, you need like something.
Yeah, this will
to keep
tide
going
him
with.
over into at least, about 15 draws into his deck.
Right.
And in that top half of his deck, he needs to find some more stuff.
Especially Trump having none of his big threats.
Wow, no Zombie Chow.
Yeah, Trump's just respecting Fiery War X here.
Right. I think he's hoping if he gets a Mountain Giant, he'll be able to play it on turn 4.
Yep.
Or a bigger Drake, that's good.
We'll have to see when he squeezes in that Zombie Chow, though. Obviously not a good card in this
Drake
matchup.
turns out
No.
to be significantly better. It's going to have to warrant out a Cruel Task Execute.
Yep.
Yeah,
and-
that's fine, though.
Yeah, but had he not drawn the Cruel Task, it would have warranted out a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just trade an Acolyte.
Probably the Acolyte.
Unless he Dark Bombed it and then Twilight Draked. But I think you just tap here.
I think
You
so.
could
It's not
Dark Bomb.
threatening.
But
What about the Silence?
if you Dark Bomb, you give up a card. As far as silencing, There are other targets for it in the deck, like Sylvanas later on can be a huge problem.
Right.
What about like just Ancient Watcher? And maybe
I
Silence
would definitely
Watcher?
tap over Ancient Watcher
Right,
if you're going to Ancient Watcher.
Cards are very valuable.
Definitely.
The one advantage that the Warlock has is that you basically, if you can, you draw double as many cards as the Warrior.
Yeah.
And it makes your Drake bigger, which now the Drake is susceptible to shield block, shield slam.
Yep.
Exactly on the money. So he doesn't have to waste an execute.
He is drawing really well right now, even at the Black Knight.
Black Knight in his deck.
That's
Tech.
And Nefarian.
very nice.
Nefarian
And
is actually really scary if Trump is playing Jiraxis.
I'm sure he is.
Yeah,
He has
Trump's
to
a
be.
big fan of Jiraxis, so...
I think anyone playing Handlock is a big fan of Jiraxis.
Well, I've seen a lot of lists been like teching out when Harrison comes into the meta, which right now it's definitely in, as we've seen.
I see, yeah.
I know some people like to play Alex Straza instead of Draxus.
I've also seen a lot of lists with like Ragnaros, because you have so many big game targets that you can very often get off a Ragnaros and not have it answered. Samachess going to get in as 2, though.
Very interesting. Trump went for the Ancient Watcher play, but now he's not going to be able to silence because of the Death Spite.
I don't think you really look to silence your Ancient Watcher anyway in this matchup.
It was more of just there, just in case you needed to Shadow Flame or taunt it
Yeah.
up.
No,
Yeah,
more
it's more of a
cards, then.
taunt-up card in this matchup to stop them from
I'm like playing
weaponing.
Sylvanas here.
Yeah, you definitely don't do that.
Yeah. Definitely don't want to just get it cleared by the
You
Death
could
Spell.
Argus, and I think he might just to free up his hand a bit more. So Ancient Watcher just kind of functioning as a damage sponge for the weapons.
Is this a Black Knight target?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's good. It's on curve. That's just big.
You're going to have to get through it eventually.
Right.
It's blocking your weapon. Black Knight is actually... a lot of people don't like Black Knight against Handlock because it's really mana intensive, so you can't like Black Knight and something else, especially this early into the game.
That seems to be the trouble with the Warlock deck. They just have so many powerful plays, but not enough mana to make enough of them when they need it.
Yep.
That's why Emperor Thorson is so good in this deck.
Oh, yeah.
You
That's
almost
a great
always
top
get it
deck
off.
with the Giant. Give him something to play.
Yeah. It's going to be a little sad to find
Yeah.
out everything's going to get answered.
This is going to be rough.
Does
Big Game the
deny
best
him.
one here?
It denies him the Dr. Boom, though.
No, I think I
That's
like
true.
Execute better.
Execute followed by a Maiden.
Yeah, why not? Just more big stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
It lets you develop better, which is pretty important.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
he's not quite threatening lethal yet because he's so early into the game that he only has 8 mana next turn. But, you know, it's getting there.
He's got him at a very good point in life, though, as well.
Yeah. He actually has 14 damage right now. Could top deck, you know, like another Cruel Taskmaster for 16. And once he gets Nefarian off, that's a lot of variable damage you can't really account for.
Yeah, I mean, I've looked at Nefarian a bit. I like to mess with the new cards. And it just seems like when you combine your class spells with your opponent's class spells, the combos are just too many. Like, you just don't bother.
Right. Just once you
Yeah,
get
you
it,
can't really play around it.
Yeah, you just can't.
It's almost like Emperor Thorson. Like, you know, once everything's a mana less, they have 9 cards in hand, it's like, I can't play around
I guess
it.
I'll just play my own game.
Yeah. And Sylvanas gets no value. Gonna pass up Dr. Boom, though, just to get rid of an Ancient Watcher. That's a second one. So no Ancient Watcher Shadow Flame's gonna happen this game.
Right. And Sylvanas is gone too, so the nice Shadow Flame targets are gone.
Yeah. Trump's hand very awkward.
Often a good Shadow Flame is a big creature, though. Often a good Shadow Flame is like, you know, just clears out a lot of junk ones with like a heal bot.
That's true.
Just the remainders. I feel like you could just Nefarian here. Yeah, you probably don't want to hit your opponent's face too much.
Yeah.
You don't have a brawl.
And you have not really any removal except for the BGH.
Yeah. I could see him Deathbiting this off. Can't really develop anything in that case.
Yeah, I think if he Death Spite, it's just...
Ooh, wow. Just going to throw the BGH out. Okay. And...
I think I like the Death Spite better than the Shield Maiden. It's just too much investment on the board otherwise.
this actually does set up lethal because he has the Fiery War Axe in hand. if he top decks Gromish.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Should have started with that, but. And so there's the Jiraxis that we expected to see. Again, not good in this matchup, really.
It's still a really awkward hand.
Yeah. He can Molten Shadow Flame. He can
You open up-
Healbot Shadow Flame. Even Owl works, but it kind of wastes your Owl in a sense. And we can see that Trump or
I think
Kabi.
the owl is really good here.
Yeah, I think Owl Shadow Flame just for a full clear.
Yeah. Kabi's just going to play another minion, though.
So many.
You
And-
could just Mortal Coil, because you're not using the rest of your mana. Mortal Coil might not be useful anymore.
Yeah. I could see that. Just cycle it.
Just Mortal Coil first and see if it creates any more options.
Tap.
Oh,
Yeah.
that seems risky.
Yeah.
Yep. So Gromish top deck
Gromish top
at
deck
any time.
equals win.
This is where the tricky plays may actually go through.
Nope.
Nope.
So it's
Just-
Nefarian or Boom. I don't like Boom as much because your opponent can like Mortal Coil the Boom bots
Right.
and then Molten, and you don't have the Brawl.
Exactly.
Don't have any removal.
Understanding.
Wow. PO.
That's
That's good. Solanas.
yeah.
It's
There's
yeah.
a lot of synergies with what his hand has right now. So.
Yeah. It's hard to get the damage off because if he has Grom, we know he just wins anyway.
Yeah.
Trump is rocking double BGH.
Yep.
So he's expecting that handlock mirror, I guess.
Yeah, so a lot of different tech choices from each player. Uses the one off the top.
I've seen
what
double
do you think?
BGH.
Yeah.
Maybe actually, without remembering too well, maybe it was actually in like a Trump YouTube video or something. Maybe
Trump's
it's just
teachings.
his. Yeah, I don't know if it
How
was
to hunt
his or
the big
not, but I
game.
have seen double BGH and handlock. a
Oh,
bit.
Yeah, it's pretty common.
Right.
I haven't really seen it too much with the Siphon Soul.
Yeah.
Tends to be in place of that.
Mm.
But Trump going really heavy on killing some big stuff. Expect to see a lot of it. But still with the Zombie Chows and the Jiraxis to play against the Hunter. So kind of trying to get all over the place with this
Yeah.
deck.
It's kind of like greedy on both ends of the spectrum.
Yep.
Often that's kind of a bad idea in Hearthstone. You kind of want fairly one-dimensional
Yeah.
decks.
Right.
But with handlock, you have a lot of options with,
Yeah.
with few cards being so powerful.
Right. And you have such huge hands that
Yeah.
usually.
So Trump goes for, reasonably greedy play.
Right. Yeah.
And it looks to be working out.
So far.
There's no way to really remove those giants. You can like implosion the 4-2. You could implosion a giant, see if you roll 4. But even that's not that great.
Power
You can always
seems
take one.
powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Decides to do that. Seems reasonable. The second BGH
Yeah.
going to come in hand.
Oh yeah.
And the handlock,
He's looking pretty good right now.
turning
actually.
it around, yeah.
It was looking really grim for a little while.
Kabi really running out of stuff. He didn't draw Grom.
Yeah.
That
Just
was
the
the one
slowness
card he
of
was
Trump's
missing.
deck made it so Kabi's like strength was kind of gone. Like Kabi's hand was stall in the late game and just push for threats, but those threats are so irrelevant with the huge answers Trump has.
Yeah, I think the big turn was actually last turn when Trump was dead to Gromish, but instead of playing scared by playing Belcher or Healbot, he just decided to say, Molten, this is the only time I'm ever going to get these out.
Yeah.
I need to pressure,
Yeah.
and it paid off. And now he's got the heal, the taunt, the BGH, more taunts,
Yeah. I think if
more
he
heals.
realized the situation that there was no way he would win, or most likely not
Right.
win, if he just healed up at that point, or just played a taunt. So
Yep.
I
Really,
agree.
really found the winning play.
Definitely.
And I'd say now he's in pretty good position.
Tappy tappy.
You know Trump loves tapping.
oh yeah, he's been tapping every turn up till now.
I
Might as
know
well
there's a
keep it
YouTube
going.
video about that.
I think there is actually.
Yeah, it's called Fearless Tapping.
Okay.
I've watched my Trump's teachings.
I don't really. Actually, I guess it doesn't matter.
I would just go bait.
It doesn't
According
really,
to Kit Kats, it weakens you to brawl.
That is
oh,
true.
I see. I was thinking most about execute, but it wouldn't really matter because of the death spite already being there.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of weak to, like, another Taskmaster clearing out the slime, or if he has any way to deal 1 extra to the slime. Yeah, he's actually going to Implosion, probably. Can't really play around that.
Yeah.
I think you definitely draw first.
Yeah, if you're going to play Shield Block.
There it finally comes.
Too late. He's out of Whirlwinds and stuff. He knows Trump's out of BGHs. There's still a Siphon, though.
I think he's going to be really surprised when he sees the
Heal
Siphon
button.
after double BGH.
Yeah.
He can go to 24
Well, if he's studied
right
up,
now.
Trump's been playing Siphon for a while.
That's true.
He can go to
24?
24.
Okay.
26, right?
26, yeah, 26.
Yeah.
Okay, 16.
Ooh.
Double 8.
Yeah, I don't know if you play both.
No.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
there's any need.
The problem with Siphon is you can't heal as well, or Belcher. So, it is a little interesting.
You can Shadow Flame, which is pretty good.
Yeah. But you're just Shadow Flaming some Boombots.
So, you can heal bot.
You could die doing that, though.
No, you can heal bot, Shadow Flame the heal
Oh,
bot.
Shadow Flame the
4-1
heal
goes
bot.
into
Okay,
top,
yeah.
Boom.
That's
That's pretty good.
I think that's a good play, yeah. Shadow Flame heal bot.
You could still die doing that.
Yeah.
Good old Boombots.
Gotcha.
No.
Not if you heal bot first, right? And
Yeah.
you Shadow Flame the heal bot,
Yeah, exactly.
you'll be fine.
Yeah, you can only go to 14.
But
Okay.
he's
Going with another play. Gonna coil, see where it goes. I like resolving the RNG first. Trump just making sure
Right.
there's no way.
There's
always
almost a way
trading.
there.
There's always a way.
this taunt.
Yeah. Goes for the taunt. Potentially maybe setting up a Jiraxis next turn, but one of the things you're afraid of in this position is Harrison Jones.
Definitely.
So you don't want to throw the game away by just Jiraxising into 1. 3's good.
Yeah. good
It's
enough.
actually much more relevant than 2 because it makes it so that the imps are probably going to be able to get through that slime,
Yeah, just by themselves. You have
which
to use a
makes
weapon
Trump,
hit.
again, have to take a defensive position.
Right.
So I think the one thing you don't do this turn is Jiraxis.
No, yeah, I don't think you
That'd
Jiraxis.
be bad.
I think it's a little too risky at this point.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Drax is okay.
You definitely have to clear off all the 1/1s.
Right.
Yeah, if you Drax and clear off all the 1/1s,
Okay.
I think it looks pretty fine.
You can get Harrison's though.
That's the only thing I was
Yeah, but
thinking,
you still have
being
so
afraid of.
many cards and they're so powerful.
No, they could run you out of stuff at that point. I think so.
I don't know.
I think when
Like, they could draw into the execute for the Drake.
Right.
I guess you have a lot of 6/6s, but then they're just constantly threatening lethal with Grom.
yeah, I think when Control Warrior has like a full hand, there's so many options for the removal. It becomes way too scary.
Yeah, Brawl, all that. So, I think at this point, there's probably a way to lock up the game without Jiraxising
Right.
yet.
He's in a good spot, I think.
We know Jiraxis would be great here,
Yeah, we know.
but if you're in Trump's seat, it's really scary to just slam Jiraxis.
Yeah, I think it's a good play.
Oh,
That's
Brawl is a really nice draw.
you just throw it out now.
Yep.
Yep.
Imp RNG? Is that like an
Imp
armor
is
smith?
33% to win.
That's pretty good.
Oh.
So you got the slime.
You got the
All
slime.
good.
Okay.
Same thing.
Solid. And just re-equips. Still threatening 15.
Yep.
Drax is
Pretty good.
still not a good play. So Trump really struggling to piece together enough damage to eventually kill the warrior.
Yeah.
And we're getting to that point. Oh,
Oh. Yeah,
he's thinking about
he's
it.
thinking 'cause
He has 3 cards left. He has to.
at
Yeah,
this point,
you can't tap into a better option.
Yeah, he
Right.
has to. And now Cruel Taskmaster.
totally out of threats at this
Is
point.
the win.
There is only one cruel task. So with 9 cards
In the deck?
left- yeah, because he
Oh.
played one very early on, didn't he?
Oh, no, I thought you meant in the deck list. Yeah, he has 1 left in the deck.
Right.
And also Harrison.
Also,
So
very-
2 out of
He's
9 are
thinking,
extremely
he's thinking
good.
of not attacking here because of Harrison. Might just mill him.
not just mill.
Yeah, but his opponent has 8 left. So he would draw all of his deck. He'd have a 10-card hand. He'd be threatening lethal every turn. Trump has, what, no taunts? Yeah, no taunts.
Yeah, no taunts.
So he'd just lose to Harrison no matter what, because he would draw the Taskmaster. So things are tough for Trump now. Kind of ran out of threats.
Yep. That's the one downfall for Handlock, definitely. They have a very small amount of threats. When
I think I like Siphon Soul here.
Yeah, you definitely siphon here, I think.
I was looking like Hellfire maybe, but nah.
Yeah,
Hellfire is just never going to be good, but you have to
Yeah.
kind of accept that.
Right. It might be used to finish him off. Because you need every point of damage you can get. He has 2 cards in deck.
Yeah. With a lot of Infernals.
He might have another Argus. I know a lot of people that play Jiraxis like 2 Argus. It helps your post-Jiraxis game a lot. And Kabi is kind of out of removal. So he's really looking for Harrison or Cruel Task. Emperor 29th card. No big deal.
Looks like trades Emperor Infernal and me.
You pretty much know that card is either Taskmaster or Grom.
Yeah, definitely.
So you can play pretty risky. He's 1 out of 6 to draw the other piece. Like you can put the 6/6 in, put your face into the slime, drop an Emperor, make a token, go.
What did you think about just Hellfiring? Hellfire a weapon, and then Mortal Coil heal bot? Or just Mortal Coil and...
You would Mortal Coil not to draw in that case.
Right.
You don't want to
Yeah, you don't want
you don't
any
wanna
more
draw.
draws at this point.
Yeah, it's
right.
1 card in deck. I like this more.
Yeah, it seems more standard. I was just seeing if there's a better option.
Yeah. I really want to make the token. You need the 6/6.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So you can't... You have to find a way. And playing the Emperor this turn helps him fit in the 6/6 in future turns.
Oh, hello.
Okay, if this is Awakens, that's game.
Yep.
So another 1 in 5, followed by a 1 in 5.
Even if this is like night. No.
Nightmare.
I think
that's
Nightmare.
12.
Yep.
So he needs to taunt or heal
He
or
needs to
both.
heal. Oh yeah, he has both. So and I can't see him playing any other things.
Yep.
So should be okay.
He could remove Ysera by Shadow Flaming and get off a heal and a taunt. Or just one or the other with the hero power, which is probably better. So he's going to coil first. I guess killing that with his face.
Right.
No, I think he's going to Hellfire.
Why would you?
Hellfire doesn't really help you clear the Ysera, though.
It
Right.
does. Your weapon, the 6/3.
Are you really going to use your weapon?
Yeah, 'cause
I
you're
guess
gonna
you're going to heal bot?
You're going to heal.
That's true.
Okay.
So that puts you at 13. Yeah,
I could see that.
I think that's the play.
You might have to ignore Ysera just to have enough damage. And it's really hard to do all that math in this time.
Right.
So Trump's going to kill Armor Smith
Yeah, it's gonna look like it's Hellfire.
and Ysera.
Oh, nope. Okay.
Yeah, no Hellfire for sure. And he's going to taunt up some stuff. Yep. I like this. He needs to get as much damage on the board as possible.
Right.
Here's the second Brawl Draw.
Ooh,
That would be
that'd
rough.
be game.
That looks really good, though. Like, the
It
end
does
result
look
of
pretty
that is-
good.
is very
He's
solid.
in a good spot.
And Protest.
And of course.
Wow, of course.
Not
How
useful
poetic.
anymore.
Yep.
Back to work.
Oh, this is...
That's interesting.
Does that win him the game? No, because he doesn't have...
Weapon
Wait,
anymore.
fatigue. He has to heal bot for 1, right?
Right. He has to heal ball for 1.
He has
or
to
he's
heal bot
dead.
for 1 to win.
Ooh, will he know?
But I think it wins him the game.
Yeah. If
No,
he
not
heals,
for 1. You can just Hellfire. Oh, but yeah, you wouldn't want to do that.
No, you don't
17.
Hellfire.
No.
If you heal bot for 1, I think you win. Cause,
Yeah.
you win.
You win if you heal ball for 1.
That's all he has to do here. He's...
No, Hellfire
Or is this
wins.
lethal?
Oh, just
Okay,
kidding.
it's
We're
lethal.
bad
Yeah.
at math. Hellfire.
It would have been way cooler if he had to heal bot for 1, which I'm sure Trump would have done. But Trump takes the series.
He takes the series.
Very close game.
He's got
They're
another opponent to go through, though.
Yeah. You
He
can
has
tell
to
he's
go through
relieved,
Koyuki to qualify.
but he knows there's more work to be done.
More work to be done. But that is it for Kabi.
That was a pretty cool play by Kabi there at the end, though.
I did. I liked it.
Yeah. sort of gave him an
It gave
out
him
to
a
win,
chance.
kind
yeah.
of.
A small chance.
Yeah.
I think it's like almost poetic that like Trump played like extremely greedy, but he won because of it. in,
Yeah.
like most of his games.
Well,
Yep.
we did see Trump hold back on the Draxus a lot until he realized, like,
He had two
okay,
cards
this
left.
is it. I have
Yeah.
to do this.
Yeah.
And he avoided the 2 draws in Kabi's deck, and it worked out for him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Worked out very well. Trump goes through. Kabi doesn't.
Yeah.
Next up, we are going to have the Trump versus Koyuki match.
Yep. Gonna have another quarterfinalist for Sunday.
Yeah. Who do you guys like between those two?
I won't answer this question.
I'm really interested to see how Trump's decks do, because he very clearly kind of went away from the meta with the no warrior.
Right.
Yeah.
And Koyuki's much more of, meta. Brought
Yeah,
Patron,
definitely
brought
Patron.
Hunter, Rogue as the third
Rogue.
deck, which is, I know a lot of pros
There
like.
is that aspect
Definitely.
of just playing what you know, though.
I
True.
think that's what happened for Trump.
Yeah, for
and
sure. For sure.
He's clearly had good results with it on ladder, so I'm
Definitely.
interested to see, does it translate to tournaments, or are these sort of a little weaker decks, and is the Patron Warrior going to prove to be a big issue with the Hunter?
Well, we do get to see what Trump thinks of all this. I think Frodan has some questions for him, so why don't we go to that?
Thank you very much, Crip. Congratulations to Trump. You survived elimination for now. You have another match coming up. Just give some thoughts. Ooh, you can cheer. It's okay. You do have a couple of fans out here. Who here loves Trump, huh? I'm making some noise, too. I feel really awkward if I'm not holding a placard, but I didn't even have it, so bear with me if you can, Trump. So talk to me about that series overall. This is the first time we revealed the Warlock, but lo and behold, it's a Handlock, which you've been playing really well. So let's just talk a little bit about your strategy overall.
All right, well, my strategy overall is to bring 3 decks that I've performed or practiced a lot on ladder. I practiced the Paladin a lot, I practiced the Handlock. Anyone who's done the research probably could imagine that I'd bring those 2 decks. Played Hunter to round it out. Those were some really close games, I thought, and I'm really happy to survive elimination. About to go into a really tough one against Koyuki.
That's right. You and Koyuki used to be former clan mates back at Liquid Value when you played on the same team at ESGN. And now, a year and so later, you're here playing at ESL. Is that kind of nostalgic for you at all?
Yeah, it's kind of nostalgic. Fun story that Koyuki revealed to me is that I've never actually played against Koyuki despite being his teammate for 2 teams in Liquid Value, and we've known each other for quite some time. Really hoping to get the win and be able to advance further in this tournament.
We don't actually get to see you at tournaments very often. You're busy with your streaming or doing your other projects and whatnot. So this is one of the first offline appearances we've seen in quite some time. Does that mean anything specific to you special, or is it just kind of like another tournament that you've been playing because you've been performing a lot online, just not too much offline?
It does mean a lot. Since I don't go to many of these LAN tournaments, this one I really, really want to win, especially since it was a kind of tough road to get here. I had to make sure that Savitz didn't get in here. Sorry, Savitz fans. So I'll make sure to try to carry his flame into the rest of the tournament.
All right, well, we don't want to keep you too long, Trump, because hopefully we'll see you back up here, or maybe we'll see Koyuki. We'll only find out as time goes on. In the meantime, we're going to give it back over to the desk. We have another special player commentator, and that's Raynad along with TJ.